In this tutorial, we see how to create S3 bucket with the AWS CLI, the command line interface of AWS. Suppose, we want to create a new bucket named data. Open your favorite shell, and invoke the command, AWS S3 MB S3 / data - region equals SWest1. The AWS complains a bucket with the same name already exists and suggests us to select a different name and try again. As said, the bucket namespace is shared by all users of the Amazon S3. With the large number of buckets in the system, it is likely that the name you want to use is already taken. A simple way to avoid this annoying issue is to add a unique prefix such as your company name. Let's add the prefix BAS. We successfully created our first bucket BAS data at SWest1 region. Let's explain the command. First, to communicate with Amazon S3 and run one of S3 subcommands, we start our command with AWS S3. Then, we use one of the S3 subcommands such as MB, which means make bucket. To see what the subcommand do and which arguments and options it accepts, add help after the subcommand and issue the command. As we can see, the MB subcommand requires a one argument, the S3 URL of the bucket. We can also see the specific options of the subcommand. As we can see in this case, there are no specific options. However, you can also use one of the global or common options of AWS S3 subcommands. In this example, we specify the region option to create our bucket in a particular region. If we do not specify this option, the bucket is created in the default region. The default region can be updated by AWS configure. We can also see usage examples of the subcommand. So, what S3 URL is? S3 URL represents the location of bucket, object or prefix. The S3 URL has the S3 scheme and is up to two parts separated by /. The first part is the bucket name. The second part is the object key or the prefix. To represent the location of a bucket, we only specify the bucket name. To represent the location of an object, we specify both the bucket name and the object key. To represent the location of a prefix, we specify both the bucket name and the prefix.
For more tutorials about AWS and DevOps, subscribe to our channel.